Right now, the sun is shining on Earth. Its light is traveling across space, reaching our planet after a journey of about 8 minutes. It powers our climate, drives our weather, and makes life possible. Every second of every day, the sun is providing the energy that supports nearly all life on this planet. But imagine something impossible happened. In a single moment, the sun suddenly disappeared. No explosion, no warning, just gone. What would happen next? Would Earth instantly freeze? Would we drift off into space? Or would something even stranger happen first? The answer begins with a delay, because even if the sun vanished, we wouldn't know right away. Light doesn't travel instantly. It moves at a finite speed, incredibly fast, but not immediate. It takes about 8 minutes for sunlight to reach Earth. So if the sun suddenly disappeared, its light would still be on its way to us. For those final 8 minutes, everything would look completely normal. The sky would remain bright, the ground would still be warm. People would continue their day without any indication that anything had changed. There would be no warning at all. But then, exactly 8 minutes later, the last of that light would arrive, and then, in an instant, the sun would vanish from the sky. Day would turn into night across the entire planet. Stars would suddenly appear in a sky that should be bright blue. And at that exact same moment, something even more important would happen. The sun's gravity would disappear as well. The sun doesn't just provide light and heat. It also holds the solar system together through gravity. Right now, Earth is constantly falling toward the sun. But because it is also moving sideways at a very high speed, it keeps missing it. That balance is what creates an orbit. But if the sun disappeared, that balance would instantly be broken. The gravitational pull keeping Earth in orbit would be gone. Earth wouldn't spiral outward or suddenly shoot off in a random direction. Instead, it would continue moving forward in a straight line. At roughly 107,000 kilometers per hour, there would be no sudden jolt, no physical sensation, but our path through space would have completely changed. From that moment on, Earth would begin drifting away from where the sun once was, into deep space. With the sun gone, the only remaining light would come from distant stars. But those stars are incredibly far away. Their light is far too weak to warm the planet. Almost immediately, temperatures on Earth would begin to drop. At first, the change might not feel dramatic. The atmosphere and oceans would retain heat for a short time. But without a constant supply of energy, that heat would begin to escape into space. Within a few days, global temperatures would fall significantly. Within a week, the average temperature could drop well below freezing. Plants would stop photosynthesizing. Without sunlight, they would no longer be able to produce energy. Ecosystems would begin to collapse. Food chains would start breaking down. And as time passed, the cooling would continue. Over longer periods of time, the oceans would begin to freeze. At first, a thin layer of ice would form at the surface, but as temperatures continued to drop, that ice would grow thicker. Eventually, large portions of the oceans would become covered in ice. However, beneath that frozen surface, liquid water could remain for some time. The deeper layers would retain heat longer. The atmosphere would also begin to change. As temperatures dropped further, gases like carbon dioxide could begin to freeze. The air itself would slowly thin. The sky would grow darker, colder, more lifeless. Most life on the surface would not survive these conditions. But some forms of life hidden beneath the surface or deep in the oceans might endure. Without sunlight, Earth would rely on internal sources of heat. Geothermal energy from the planet's core would provide a small amount of warmth. Deep beneath the surface, environments could remain relatively stable. Hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor, which already support life without sunlight, could continue to do so. Microorganisms in these extreme environments might survive for thousands or even millions of years. But on the surface, conditions would become increasingly hostile. Temperatures could drop to -100 degrees Celsius or lower. The planet would become a frozen, dark world, drifting silently through space, far removed from the warmth it once had. This scenario might seem extreme, but it reveals something important about our place in the universe. Life on Earth depends entirely on the sun, not just for warmth and light, but for stability. Its gravity keeps us in orbit. Its energy powers every ecosystem. Its presence shapes the conditions that allow life to exist at all. Without it, everything we rely on would begin to fall apart. Thankfully, this scenario is purely hypothetical. The sun is stable and expected to continue shining for billions of years. But this thought experiment highlights how delicate our existence really is. We live on a planet that depends on a single star, one that quietly provides everything we need, every second of every day. And without it, the world we know would disappear, far faster than we might expect.